K-Bear 101. It's Mick and Alan. We're hanging out at Disneyland today, and the season is upon us for the haunted season, and Disneyland sets up for the holidays in grand style. And we've been giving away stuff, and every time you win something, you go into a drawing that we'll do just before 10 to win a trip to Disneyland. Includes 2-night stay at a Disneyland resort hotel. Also, 3-day park passes for a family of 4. And let's give something else away right now. Let's get somebody else signed up, shall we?
Yeah, and tell you what, the way we're going to do this is, Jimbo, we're going to have somebody call because I just took a picture with. Did you put that up on our Facebook yet? Okay, but I just took a picture with Jack Skellington and his girlfriend, and I made the horrible mistake when I walked up. I said, "Oh, it's Jack and Diane." They didn't like that.
They didn't like that.
Yeah.
Who's this?
I go, but
weirdo?
it's a little ditty about Jack, and they didn't like that.
They didn't like
Yeah.
that.
So what's Jack Skellington's girlfriend's real name? Tell Jimbo, and you win the prize, and you're in the drawing for that Disneyland vacation giveaway before 10.
All right.
You know it, Jimbo, right?
No.
What?
I don't.
Well, I can't tell you over
can't
the
tell
air.
me over the air. It'll ruin it. I'll tell you what. Text me. Text me the answer.
It's not Diane, okay?
And that's why she was upset. Now, there was a game last night.
She pulled off her arm and beat me with it.
Kansas City defeated Philadelphia 26-16, and the majority of people picked Philadelphia in that game, so I'm guessing that's who we picked and got a loss to start off with. But we're going to do our pigskin pick'ems right now, and to assist us with this, let's do sports with DP. DP, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, and I'll tell Alan, I don't know her name, but she's long and tall. I'll tell you that.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Yes, and long hair.
She's very leggy.
Leggy.
Very, very leggy.
Bony legs. That's awesome.
I wish you could have joined us last night. Kansas City gets off to a 3-0 start, DP. What's up with that? Is Alex Smith that good?
Look, man. This is Utah we're talking about. This is the Ute that came in to a situation, a terrible situation, made the best of it, got a team rated, and got slighted. But the numbers don't lie. And when you've won 22, you're 22-5-1 or something along those lines in the last 3 years. There's no coincidence.
Yeah.
There's no coincidence. And mind you, they've got guys around them. We know that Andy Reid knows how to coach. We know that he knows how to manage people, because the people that he has in Kansas City are entirely more easily coached than the group that was in Philadelphia. There are no TOs. There's no head cases in Kansas City.
Yeah.
They'll follow him, and they've got talent. They've had 5 years of really good draft picks. So yeah, Kansas City's legit. Alex Smith is exactly what they needed in there. Andy Reid is loving it, and I think they're in for the long haul.
Well, I was going to say, and how often does that happen, that a quarterback that led his team to the NFC Championship falls into your lap as the guy they don't want anymore?
Well, this league is trendy, and here's the thing: I think people are told a story enough that they start to believe it when the numbers say otherwise. And again, I'll throw out some other guys that are in that category. But when you win, ultimately that should be everything. And for guys that win, I think they deserve a break. Alex Smith, smart guy, super student, scholar, athlete. Yeah, not a bad guy to put your money on.
Yeah. I agree. I love Alex. From the time he came in and took the Utes from where they were to what they became, amazing.
Well, and again, across the league, think about it. The guys in the league make mistakes. They're wrong. They're wrong about Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers fell off the chart, and Tom Brady wasn't drafted. Look, experts are only experts when somebody else calls them that.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. All right, let's go to our other picks. Let's go Green Bay traveling to Cincinnati. Green Bay 1-1, Cincinnati 1-1.
This, to me, is the best game of the week.
Yeah.
I thought, and again, now that my Redskins aren't playing them in Lambeau, I can talk honestly about Green Bay. I like everything about them, and unfortunately, they're kind of the sleeper team in the NFC, because everybody's thinking about San Francisco, and they look at the NFC East. But look, it's Aaron Rodgers and that offense. You've got a stellar defense, guys that make plays and put you in bad circumstances. But I think Cincinnati's the better team this year. I think what they do, the way they manage the game, they'll keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline with that short, controlled offense. And they've got a pretty good guy in Andy Dalton as well. So I'm going to take the Bengals. I'm going to take the Bengals at home.
And the one thing I think that they have over Green Bay is their running game, too. Who's that little dude?
Well, that's Benji. That's the law firm. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, and then they drafted the young kid from Oregon,
the young kid.
He's come in,
that's who it was.
He's their third down back, and they get him the ball in space, and they get him in a mismatch against guys that can't run against him. And for a team like Green Bay that blitzes, that means that running back out of the backfield is going to have some big plays. Expect that young dude to make plays against Green Bay.
Yeah, I think he's the difference right there.
And Dalton still, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league right now. Just, I loved him at TCU, and I'm loving him at Cincinnati.
I loved him in
Lone Ranger.
No. Give me a moment.
Toy Story.
I love. No. Wait. I loved him in Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, yes, Dalton in Roadhouse.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
There you go.
It's Giovanni Bernard. I couldn't speak out his name. That's awesome. Yeah, he's got a bit of Woody and Opie in him. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with Andy Dalton.
But he's as bad as Dalton in Roadhouse, though.
No, that's
We're gonna
Dalton, and he doesn't look as good naked, I'm told.
No, we're doing
not.
a lot of 1-1 teams this week. Again, 1-1 St. Louis at 1-1 Dallas.
Look, I again, and I say this, it's not who I'm betting on. It's who I'm picking, who I'm rooting for. In a lot of cases, my inner fan allows me to justify picking the teams that I need to pick. And St. Louis has an opportunity as well to make a statement and get up on a division. And being that I don't hate Dallas, I just love it when they lose. So I'm going to say the Rams again. I think Dallas is in trouble.
Who's quarterback in St. Louis?
Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford has everything. Young quarterbacks tend to go, but when there's no real tendency, no one real long ledger of plays that they can monitor against them, the Dallas defense tends to struggle. So I'm going to say the Rams go and upset things in Dallas.
I'm right with you on that. The next game, I don't know who Tennessee is. San Diego, is it Tennessee? Everybody seems to be picking San Diego. They're both 1-1. Who's got this one?
I'm just not. I'm not buying Jake Locker. I know in that area, people love him, and the UW folks are going to be angry. I don't love him like that. And even though, Philip Rivers had a chance, he had a great start on the Monday night game, and then he couldn't finish. And then he was actually exceptional last week. So I'm going to say the Chargers go in and get a win in Tennessee.
If Rivers could finish the way he starts in a lot of games, the dude would be an awesome quarterback. Something about him, though, is it's like he can't keep his head in the game or something, man.
That's what she said.
And
hey, now.
Our next game is 2 0-2 teams. And don't lose interest just because they're 0-2. It's early in the season. We got Cleveland at Minnesota.
Well, the story with that, with Cleveland pretty much tanking its season and saying we're going to get rid of our best player. We're going to trade away a number 1 pick from a year ago. And we're going to trade Richardson to the Colts so we can stack the deck and have 7 picks in the first couple of rounds next year. So if you're Minnesota, if there's ever a game set on a tee for you to knock out of the park, this is it. The Vikings have to go and win big. I think they beat Cleveland at home.
Okay, we've got 2 teams going different directions. Tampa Bay 0-2 at New England 2-0, and I think that's just an obvious pick, man.
They continue to go in opposite directions. You got a quarterback in Tampa Bay that says he wants out. Josh Freeman said he wants out of Tampa Bay. Tom Brady and the guys. This is a prelim. This is a warm-up, work out the kinks game for New England. I expect them to get wide open against Tampa.
Okay, Arizona at New Orleans.
Saints. I like what they're doing. Again, you got your coach back, so they're starting to get a little bit of that Saints swagger back again. And they're better defensively than they have been in a couple of years since their Super Bowl run. So I don't think Arizona has enough guns to go into New Orleans and get a win.
A lot of teams in the NFL after 2 weeks sitting at 0-2 that you wouldn't have thought. From Minnesota to the Giants to Washington. Detroit travels to Washington this week. Detroit 1-1.
Well, the football gods love us in Washington, and this was what they give us Detroit. Now, again, you got Megatron and company coming in, But I think this is a perfect deal. RG3 says he'll whip off the brakes, the brace and the brakes, and I think he runs a little bit more. The defense has to step up. The same thing can be said for the Giants. They got to go to Carolina, face Cam Newton and company. These are must-wins for the NFC East teams. Remember, if you're Carolina, this is a perfect opportunity to get a team that isn't playing well and beat them out. I don't know that happens, but I'm gonna. Washington wins this week. Not sure about the Giants-Carolina game. I kind of want to lean towards the Giants.